Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. So today is June 30th. Tomorrow marks July 1st marks the anniversary of the start of the Battle of Gettysburg. So if you don't know what Gettysburg is, you have to kind of start a couple years before. Yes, we started in 1861 when the South broke away from the Union. So the southern states formed the Confederate States of America, the CSA. And that's and in Charleston Harbor in South Carolina, the Confederates fired upon Fort Sumter, which started the Civil War. Excuse me. Most people thought the war would be done in about 90 days, but instead, it didn't. So now let's fast forward to 1863. The war is still going, and General Lee, let me find a picture of him. This guy has been winning. He's the leader of the army. So far, he's been winning battle after battle after battle. So right now, he's feeling that him and his men are like unstoppable. So he goes to Jefferson Davis, who is the president of the Confederacy, and asks him if he can invade the North. And if this is successful, that means the war will be over, and the U.S. will have to recognize the CSA as its own independent country. So he starts his invasion. And so as he's going through Pennsylvania, very nice picture. So as he's going through Pennsylvania, gosh, now I can't find the pictures. He comes out from those mountains. See those mountains back there? Hills? He comes out of those mountains. And he's by the town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. That's supposed to be Gettysburg, like all those lines. Yeah, I don't know why, but the pictures came out super blurry when I got them, downloaded them. So, ignore the blue, the red, and July 3rd, blah, 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 just ignore that all. So he comes up from, the left side of the screen, which gets to the south. So he comes up, and he's staying in the mountains, okay? He says to a couple troops, go ahead and scout the area. Well, that doesn't end so well. So about 7:30 in the morning, two brigades of Confederates come out, and as they march toward Gettysburg, the leader was General Henry Heth. So, about a couple days before, his troops reported Union scouts. So he thought it was like local militia, people hunting, or something like that. So he made like the terrible mistake of not sending anyone to investigate and look into it, which was a big mistake. And the Union Army was in Gettysburg. That's where Lee wanted to go. Because if you look at Gettysburg, look all the roads that go out of it. Like, look all the roads that meet there. Like, you can go, like, 50 different directions from Gettysburg. So then soon the Union soldiers were along a ridge. And they saw a whole bunch of Confederates coming at them. So then this officer saw this, grabbed a gun called a carbine, and he laid it across the fence, and he fired the first shot of the Battle of Gettysburg. So since Gettysburg, Gettysburg, the battle is kind of complicated to talk about. So now the first shot's been fired. Sorry about the interruption. Siblings. So now the first shot has been fired at Gettysburg. So now, a battle that both Lee and Meade did not want to start has now started. So now the battle started, and so the rebels, the Confederates, but they called the rebels, so the Confederates were greatly outnumbered. So the Union soldiers are holding the line kind of thing, and they're slowing down the advance. This is exactly what General Buford, I have really bad names, Buford wanted. So as the rebels brought in more troops, Buford and his men had retreated a mile to another ridge. The rebels surged forth. So, and so they're thinking, they act the enemy on the run kind of thing. But then, at the next ridge, the Confederates were kind of caught off guard when two Union cavalry brigades came out, and 6 cannons blocked the road, and the firepower greatly increased, which drove the rebels back. But within an hour, they were on attack with several more thousand men. So, since this is kind of complicated to talk about because there's so many little things and everything, I'm using the book, What Was the Battle of Gettysburg, to kind of help me, because this is a lot of information. So yeah. So then, at 10:30, John Reynolds arrived with reinforcements. So then he went to the Lutheran Seminary building, which is actually still there, and I think it's actually still a seminary. So now his troops, as I said, were now slowing down the Confederates' advance. But then, Reynolds got a messenger to send a message to a Union army a few miles away to get reinforcements. Then he sent another messenger to General Meade's headquarters in Taneytown. So I got a picture of General Meade though. So General Meade, he was the third guy that Lincoln has chosen to lead his Union army, because the other generals, they're too hesitant, there's something wrong with them, and they're not good, I guess, not good at leading a whole country's army kind of thing. So Meade would later get kicked out and lose the position too, and he would actually later run against Lincoln and then lose in the next presidential election, and then Grant would be put in charge. So yeah, that's little. So then the messenger went to Taneytown, and there was an army of 80,000 people. And so then Meade was told about the large Confederate force in Gettysburg and their invasion, but Reynolds, and was saying that Reynolds was refusing to give up, kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So now Reynolds' first two brigades came out onto the battlefield at about 10:30 in the morning. One of the brigades was a famous called Iron Brigade. It was from Wisconsin. So now, if you still go to Gettysburg today, his picture Gettysburg today, there's a lot of these memorials there, like this memorial, which just became famous on the news about a month ago after a kid fell off the top. So you can go to the top, see there's guys on top. And so there's different memorials that say different things, but there's a lot of different each state that had at least had a soldiers participate in the battle. I had a memorial. This is the Pennsylvania memorial, memorial that we're looking at right now, which is the biggest out of all of them. So now the Iron Brigade from Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan. So now, wait, let me get back to the picture quick before I keep talking. Yeah, we're just on general meeting, right? Okay, so as I said, Reynolds was directing the action kind of thing. You know, like he was the kind of the leader kind of guy. Then he suddenly fell from his horse, so then he got shot in the head. So now, so like this is like a huge loss. So now, so what happened was some soldiers laid his body near nearby tree, and today you can see a monument dedicated to that. Like there's monuments for everything. It's like amazing. Like, there's a monument like, hey, this is where this army was, like right here, and they have like a big plaque. It's like, man, lots of money went into this one. It's amazing. So a little known fact was that Reynolds was actually the highest ranking officer to die during the whole battle. So then his replacement was a general named Abner what the heck? It's Abner, and it's Doubleday. So this guy is actually stationed at Fort Sumter on the day that the Civil War actually started. So yeah. So basically, the Doubleday's job was basically just hold the rebels back before until Meade gets it. So they pushed the rebels back to Chambersburg Pike, and they also captured a Confederate General, James Archer, and so then soon after the rebels were captured, the right of the Union line kind of started to give out, because if you want to hold the line, like hold a straight line, like let's go to the map. So, I think if I really want to, I can draw, but I'm not gonna do that. So see how this kind of, so see how like be a line, there will be things going back. That's mostly because most people think, hey, just get one big straight line, but the enemy can easily attack from the sides. Oh my gosh. So attacking from the sides, that's usually the weakest point in all of the line. So that's why there's a lot of curves kind of thing. So I just thought it'd be a little fun fact. So the rebels who were pushing this line back was under the command of General Joseph Davis, and like these people moving so quickly, they basically just ran past Doubleday and his men. Like it was like, man, it was like super fast. Like I don't say flash fast, but then Doubleday quickly then got a regiment together and sent them. And so now by this point the Confederates could attack from both sides. I'll get back to the battle picture. So the Confederates could both attack from both sides. And so I meant the Confederates now under attack from all the sides. So they found a trench to hide in, but like the steeps of the trench was too high to shoot over, and they just kind of the Union troops kind of like walked along the trench and just shot in there, and it did not end well. But then David's men did surrender. But this victory was not enjoyed for not that long, because more Confederate troops are now joining the battle from the north and the west. So the whole rebel army was kind of descending onto Gettysburg in a town, and so Doubleday ordered his men to retreat up to Culp's Hill and Cemetery Ridge, which was about a mile away. And what's kind of interesting about the whole Battle of Gettysburg, it all kind of happened in between like a 2 to a mile radius of like each event. It's kind of weird. Like when I was in Gettysburg, the so like the tour guys, like from this point right here, like me, like Doubleday retreated his troops over there to that Blue Water Tower, which is Cemetery Ridge, right there. That's about a mile away. So it's so kind of, I guess, like the whole battle was kind of fought like in like kind of like a mile, 2 mile radius of everything. So then the fighting continued in the streets of Gettysburg. Not many people know, but there was fighting in the streets of Gettysburg. And if you go to Gettysburg today, like, there's bullet holes inside the building, there's cannonballs. You can go toward this one house, which is pretty cool. I've got the name of the house. I'm going to my pictures right now to see if I can find. Oh, it's the Shriver House. And the house, like the attic of the house, is actually used as a sniper nest. And if you go up there and get a black light and shine, you still see bloodstains. So yeah, I guess that's kind of interesting. But so as the fighting in the streets continued, each house, like every building at this point, was now used for like hospitals. So what they would do, they would literally just tear off the door and use that as the operating table. Like, so that was used as an operating table. They would steal like any valuables, pictures. I don't know about pictures, but like food, clothing, basically anything that could be actually useful. They stole it. So now. So now, by this point, a lot of Union soldiers have been killed, captured at the gatehouse of the town cemetery. A sign that said, it's kind of funny at the gatehouse. Like the gate is like at the cemetery. It's kind of funny, and it said, like back in the 1860s, there's a sign on the town cemetery saying that all people who has firearms in here like will be prosecuted, kind of thing. And that was pretty much ignored during the battle. So now about half the Union troops had now made their way safely onto 2 hills. They had kind of 2 tasks, and it was to dig in and build some like trenches, like kind of trench warfare kind of things. But the Confederates are not close behind, and so like if the Confederates like arrange like this giant like, counterattack kind of thing. So if the Confederates had kind of organized attack up the hill, they could Doubleday's men could be overpowered, and the high ground could be captured, which would lead that way be a big blow in the battle. But a Confederate officer had held his men back, which was, I don't know, it was a big mistake. So they think if he would have kept going, Gettysburg would have been super different. So now as we keep flipping through, so by July 1st, July 1st has ended. The Union troops were on Culp's Hill and were strung along Cemetery Ridge from Cemetery Hill to Little Round Top. They had both sides have suffered heavy losses. On the Union side, about 10,000 men have been killed or captured. And the Southern forces were camped in Gettysburg, like in the town of Gettysburg and the surrounding fields. But the Confederates only lost about 8,000 men, but they also lost the high ground. But so that would be part 1 of the Battle of Gettysburg. We have got through day 1 of the battle, and now. So thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. If you like this video, we have a lot of different other history videos. If you like gaming videos, we have gaming videos. And part 2, part 3, because I think I'll just kind of do day by day kind of thing, will be out soon. And so that stinks. So if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. So we also have some other cool videos out. We have a video about how the sticky note was invented. We have videos about the story of Frankenstein, videos about the Londonberg kidnapping, Titanic. I recommend the updated version from the 500 view version, because the updated version's way better, trust me. And we have lots of other interesting videos on our channel too, so I'll try and recommend other channels if you can kind of look deeper into it. I don't know if the history guy is anything, but yeah. So thanks for watching. Bye.